Hello, students. Welcome to Writer's Workshop. We have been working on our teaching books. And today we're going to have a short mini lesson where you help me with my last page. We're going to, remember, we've been doing this. We review and reread and we think about editing, fixing the mistakes, making sure your writing has correct punctuation, capitalization, and spelling. And then also, we've been talking about being a brave speller, right? Teach with tricky words. So we're going to do both of these things today, right now, with the last page of my book, All About Yoga. So the first thing I have to do, though, is reread the whole book, right? So I kind of know where I'm at. So let's go back to page 1. Here we go. Oh, I remember this page was about stretching and downward dog, right? And you can always look at your picture to know what's on the page also. You can look at the heading and you can look at the picture, just like in a real information book, because that's what you are writing. You are real writers and you are writing real teaching books. So, downward dog and a stretch. Here we go. In yoga, you do a lot of stretches. Downward dog is one stretch. And notice when I read, I'm using my what? My finger all the time to touch the words. That's how you make sure that you don't forget any words. Okay, this page is going to be about stuff. Stuff, I think, because I see some little pictures of stuff. Stuff you will need. Comfortable clothes, water bottle, mat. Here we go. You need special stuff to do yoga. You will need a mat, water, and comfortable clothes. I remember that the two things I had to work on this page were, this was the first page we really used a tricky word, right? This was the first page where we really had to be a brave speller for comfortable. And I remember I also had to remember to put commas to separate the items in my list of stuff. Okay, let's go. The next page was about breathing in yoga. Oh, we just worked on this yesterday. In my diagram, I added breathe in, tummy out with arrows, and breathe out, tummy in with arrows, and I labeled my tummy. And this is what you helped me write yesterday. In yoga, you need to pay attention to your breathing. When you breathe in, your tummy goes out. When you breathe out, your tummy goes in. And I remember I had the tricky word was attention. Okay, on to the last page. Ooh, this is a really fun page. I remember, this is where I thought of different poses, about writing about different poses, but I don't have a heading. I think I'm going to write, I'd like to write different poses, but different is kind of a tricky word. But you know what? I'm going to be brave and write it anyway. Let's go. Diff. Oh, you know what? Sometimes with tricky words, it's good to clap them before you try to spell them. So let's try that. Different. Okay, so let me get back to trying to write this. Different. Okay, different poses. Okay, so I've got a header now, different poses. And I've got pictures of different poses, but I haven't labeled them. And that's half the fun, is making a connection between the labels and the poses and your imagination as you imagine these things in nature when you do the poses and do the breathing. So let's see. I think this is supposed to be tree pose. So I'm going to label that one right now. Tree pose. And this one I think is supposed to be flower, like a flower. When you sit, like flower pose. Some people call it lotus, which is a special kind of flower. Flower pose. And this one is really kind of active. Have you heard of warrior pose? Warrior pose. So I'm going to label that one too. Warrior pose. Okay, so let's get to reading. Here we go. Yoga is good for your body and mind. You can be tall still, like tree strong, warrior calm, beautiful flower. Wow. I feel like I have some good writing there, but it's not that clear. We definitely need to edit to fix the mistakes and make sure it's correct. Okay, so let's see. Right away, what do you notice? Oops, I forgot my big capital Y. Yoga is good for your body and your. I think I need your here. And your mind, you. Whoops, wait a minute. One idea, one sentence. So I think it stops here. Yoga is good for your body and your mind. New sentence. If it's a new sentence, I need to start with a capital letter, right? You can be tall still, like tree. You can be tall, maybe and still. Did I forget that little snap word, and? You can be tall and still like a tree, period. Oh, wait a minute. Then I still have these other poses. Ooh, I don't think that's supposed to be a period. I think it's supposed to be a comma because I'm writing a list of poses. So I need commas instead of periods. You can be tall and still like a tree, strong, like a warrior. Gosh, I forgot a lot of words. Strong, like a warrior, comma, or calm, like a. Wow, I kept forgetting like a. That sometimes happens when you just write a big list and you forget that you need some more words. Calm like a. What is that? Beautiful. Oh, I bet I was trying to write beautiful. That's a tricky word. Let me work on that a little bit. Let me try and stretch it out. Beautiful flower. Oh, and that's the end. Okay, let me reread. Here we go. Yoga is good for your body and your mind. You can be tall and still like a tree, strong like a warrior, or calm like a beautiful flower. Wow, I'm really happy with how that turned out. I had to add a lot of little words that I'd forgotten, so it was important to read with my finger, right? And make sure I remembered all the words. But in the end, it turned out really well. So remember, on this last page, we added a heading, we labeled the poses, and then we had to edit. Off to your writing.